1-800-CALL-LEE. On two.
Call Lee.
No, it's call 1-800-CALL-LEE.
Call Lee.
1-800.
Call Lee.
Call Lee.
Call Lee.
Call Lee.
Call Lee.
Hey Siri, call Lee.
Call Lee.
Alexa, call Lee.
Who's Alexa?
Injured in an accident or slip and fall? Call 1-800-CALL-LEE. You focus on getting better. We'll take care of the rest.
Everybody calls Lee at 1-800-CALL-LEE.
Hello, Lee. Perfect.
Good morning, Delray Beach. We are here at the beautiful Morikami Japanese Museum and Gardens. It is so fantastic here. I am blown away. You drive up and you feel like you are somewhere else. And there is always something special going on here, and this week there is the Tanabata Festival, and we are excited to learn a little bit more about it this morning and share it with all of you.
Yes, this place is beautiful.
Absolutely.
I mean, when you come here, you don't even know that you're in Delray Beach. You feel that you're in actual Japan.
Yeah, you do. You are transported somewhere else. And I came here years ago for a school field trip, and I'm ashamed to say I haven't been back. But I'm coming back. Like, I don't want to leave. I think I'm going to spend the rest of the day here because it's just so magnificent.
You know, with the after school daycare that I used to go to at the community center in Delray Beach, they used to bring us over here as kids to walk around the gardens. You know, we used to feed the koi fish and things of that nature. It was a lot of fun. And I also got married here in 2008.
I was gonna say it. We need pictures. There will be pictures posted. We need to see this. But what a cool place to get married or have any kind of event, really.
You get a chance here and walk around in the garden. The garden is beautiful. I mean, a lot of people was asking, oh my gosh, what was this wedding? They think that we spent a lot of money on it. It wasn't a lot of money. It wasn't expensive. I mean, it was very nice, very nice.
Yeah, and I mean, this is just a beautiful place to have anything and to have lunch. We always talk about food on Delray Morning Live, and we've heard that there is incredible food. There is a sushi and stroll, which sounds fabulous, and tea ceremonies.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous because you start talking about food. I want to taste it.
Getting,
I want to experience it. You know, food is an experience.
Absolutely.
So I want to experience. So we are going to experience a lot of things here at this garden today and at this museum. So you want to bring on our guest to really talk about that?
Absolutely. So we have Carla Stanisfer, the curator of Japanese art, joining us here.
Hi, yokoso. Welcome to the Morikami Museum and Japanese Gardens. We're so glad you could be here today.
Thank you, Carla. We are so excited to be here and to learn more about this beautiful place and all the things you have happening. I mean, it really, when I was looking through the calendar of events, there's so many interesting events that are right here in our backyard.
It's so true. We are packed, and a lot of that is due to our education department. Wendy Lowe, who you'll meet in a little bit, she is fabulous. They pack our schedule with language classes, ikebana, sumie, you name it, we've got it.
So can you tell us a little bit about the history of this place and how this came to be? I mean, this is so cool.
Yeah, people are often surprised, you know, what are we doing here in the middle of Florida, South Florida? But it all started, we got to go way back to 1904 when Joe Sakai was a man, he graduated from New York University, their first class of accounting. And so he had some good connections. He bought some land through the Flagler Model Land Company and brought over about 35 families. And they started farming from all over Japan, different parts. They started farming here, unfortunately, around 1923 with the big real estate boom and the changeover. You know, a lot of the folks decided to sell off their land at that time. And a few of them went west and ended up in internment camps. So we like to, acknowledge that history. It's very important that we do that here. And then, you know, some of them stayed. And one of them was George Morikami, our wonderful namesake. And in 1973, he donated about 200 acres to the people in County of Palm Beach. Yeah, super generous, wonderful, thoughtful. He wanted his legacy to go on and people to know about, you know, himself and the other families that had lived here. So that's what we do.
I'm happy you brought up the acre part because as I was driving through and all these lines, I was like, wow, this place is huge.
I thought
thought I was lost.
Yes.
It is huge. You're not lost. You do drive down a winding road, and which I think is really special too. You really are like physically transported to somewhere else.
It is all part of the plan to make you
Yeah.
feel transported and sort of arriving in a new place.
And how do you guys activate all of this land? It's 200 acres, correct?
Yes,
So how
for
do you
the
guys
park.
activate it? Because this is huge.
The park is maintained through the park system, and folks are welcome to enjoy that sun up to sundown every day. But the garden itself, that's about 16 acres. And the garden was completed in 2001. A lot of people are surprised. But 2001, our designer, Hoichi Kurisu, finished the garden, and we had our inaugural opening at that time. Yeah, and it's just great.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's so George just wanted a park, and look at what we have today. I mean, it's really phenomenal. We have this lovely museum and the theater. We do lectures. We have a film series. Wow. Yeah, so check out the website. We've got all of our activities.
And if you're looking for a place to really escape, it's so tranquil.
Yes.
You know, walking through the gardens, coming out, walking around the lakes, the ponds, try to get away, just to try to think that you're gonna go to another country per se, but I love it. It's really tranquil. It's really calming. So if you want to get away from everything and just calm and relax, this is the place to come.
I'm so glad
Absolutely.
you brought that up.
So how did you get into curating Japanese art? Because that is so interesting, and that's very specific.
It is rather specific. And again, we have to go way back in time to answer that question.
Oh no.
But I did gymnastics as a young girl, and my first coach, a woman named Sayo Enomoto, was obviously Japanese American, and I got to stay at her home, and they took their shoes off at the door, they slept on futon, her grandmother lived with them and didn't speak much English, and I was just enamored. I thought it was fascinating. I knew right away I wanted to know more. So I've spent my life learning the language, living there, and of course studying the art.
Amazing.
That's nice.
And I love that there's all different kinds of art. So there's like traditional art like people think of that like could hang on a wall. There's clothing, which I am a big person. Everybody laughs, but fashion is art. And I think that is something that you celebrate
Wearable
here as
art.
well. And then of course the gardens, which are art. So I think it's really neat that you get to experience all these different types of art right here.
Absolutely, and you brought up the healing component of our garden.
Yes.
We try to carry that over into all of our other things. Our exhibition right now is called Painting Enlightenment, and it's all about healing text, a Buddhist text, sutra, called the Heart Sutra. And the artist, all the paintings are by one guy. His name's Mr. Iwasaki Tsuneo, and he took this text and integrated it into these beautiful composition. And no one's ever done this before. So he took the text and made it into a pagoda or a cat's eye or space. You know, he was a biologist by trade, so he's weaving in a lot of science as well. So it's a really great show. I hope you get to enjoy that
I can't
exhibit.
wait to check it out. And how long is that on display for?
That will be up until September 19th.
Okay, so people have time to come and
Yeah,
check it out.
You can come see it and enjoy it.
So we're celebrating something this week.
Yes.
So what's taking place this week? What's going on?
This week, today in particular, is Tanabata. Yes, and Tanabata, they write it with the characters for 7 and evening. So that's why it's usually celebrated July 7th, 7/7. But in different regions of Japan, it might be later in the month or in early August. It varies a little bit from place to place throughout the country. But it's a neat holiday. It was introduced from China in the 8th century, around the Nara period, so it's very old. Originally, it was just for the elite, the royal family, and that kind of thing. But by the Edo period, around the 13th century, it was for everybody, and it had become a very common holiday. And it's related to the stars, so it's a star festival as well, because the two stars, Vega and Altair, that are in the Milky Way, they meet in the middle of the Milky Way in the summertime. And there was an old legend that Vega was Orihime, the weaver maiden, and then we have Hikoboshi, who's Altair, the other shepherd. He was basically a cow herder, and the weaver's dad made them get married, and they got along a little too well. No work was getting done. So dad said, all right, you guys separate. You can only be once a year. And that's how that came to be. So it's sort of a lover's holiday and a nice summer holiday.
So
And
it's a lover's holiday.
yeah. So there's a lot to it.
And how do you celebrate that here?
Here at the Morikami, we feature our Tanabata tree, where you write wishes, well wishes, and tie them usually to bamboo. because bamboo is considered resilient and a very good thing to sort of emulate and keep in mind to be strong, but also bendable like bamboo, so you don't break. You have to be flexible.
That's amazing. And so for people who want to come today and participate, what time should they be here and what can they do?
Yes, we open at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
We'll be open. And at 1 o'clock, we also have a lecture. We have a physicist from FAU.
Wow.
Dr. Sarah DeJenny is going to be talking about Big Bang and the theory of relativity, because that's the name of one of our paintings in the show. So he's going to explain the science side of it for us.
That's very cool.
Yes, so we're all about the stars today.
Amazing. And we were lucky enough to get to write a message, which we're going to get to hang on the tree today, which I'm really excited about.
Let's go see the tree. Let's see
Let's
it.
go see
Let's see
it.
the tree. Yes.
So is there anything else about this festival that we should share?
It's just a wonderful time. You know, one of my favorite things when I'm in Japan is you'll see a lot of the children doing the play. Thank you so much. About the weaver and the cowherder, and I love to see the little kids. Yes, they get dressed up and get excited.
Oh my gosh,
That's kind of one of my favorite things about being there. But this is our lovely tree, and in Japan, the different colors can have different meanings. Like for yellow is more for friendship. Black or white can be for academics. A lot of the time, people are requesting, you know, I need help on my exam coming up, things like that. So.
Oh, so it can be that specific
It,
of
anything. Yeah, it could be you, your family. It could be just well wishes for the whole world.
Yeah.
I'm saying may everyone be peaceful and happy this summer. So
That's wonderful.
I'm doing a big shout out.
This is so
and then
pretty.
So
just
I made a
find
wish,
spot.
and I just basically always wish great health for my family and
Yep.
making sure that everybody
It's
stays
wonderful,
prosperous. and
wonderful,
do great
especially
things. So-
nowadays. Yes.
We were the same thing. We weren't even looking.
I know, right?
We weren't even cheating. We did it on our own in separate parts of the
I like
room.
it.
We're just
I like
wishing good health for
So
everyone.
So just find a nice
So the higher I go, that means that my
Yeah,
wish.
you put yours up high. We
All
need
right.
some up
Sweet.
there.
Why?
I'm
If
gonna
it's
go
higher,
down low.
it means that
Yeah.
you get better wishes. Jamel,
Yes.
I need better real estate then. I'm too short.
No, you gotta find a nice spot.
No fair. This is so beautiful, and I love the colors on the tree. And I just think it's such a happy, positive thing to be able to come and do something
Right.
like this.
I think this would be great. Like you can come out and bring your kids here.
Yeah,
so
bring
that
the
you
whole
can just-
family. We
Yeah.
love seeing the grandparents and
nice.
grandkids together and families. We get a lot of families coming out, and it's always wonderful.
Well, I think it is a really cool place to bring kids and teach them about a different culture, and especially here where they get to roam around and see so many different areas on this property. I mean, it really is spectacular. I was blown away when I got here. I forgot exactly the magnitude of the beauty of this space. Even the rock gardens out here, I mean, it's just everything is soothing and tranquil, and I don't know, you can't leave here feeling stressed out. It just automatically
It's
calms
true.
you down.
Even working here, we're a bit spoiled. You start to get stressed. I'm gonna take a walk. I'll be back.
Absolutely.
Yes. Wonderful.
Well, thank you very much for
Thank
educating us. You
you.
really spiked my interest to do some more research, especially thinking about the tree, and I want to look into this
Great,
a little
yeah.
more. So I definitely want to bring my family out here.
Wonderful.
Big time.
Please do. And if you want to know more about the Morikami, great ways to become a member, and then you get the automatic emails and notices, and you get first choice at some of the tickets and things. So.
Okay, and then you just go to your website to become a member?
Morikami.org and check it out.
All right. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you very
Enjoy your
much.
visit.
Thank you. Wow.
So
Okay.
now we are going to take 2 steps this way. Guys,
Oh.
we don't usually move, so logistics. So we have Wendy Lowe, who's the Curator of Education. Hi, Wendy.
Hi, welcome to the Morikami. I'm glad you guys could come and feature us and hopefully learn a little bit more about Japanese culture.
Yes.
And we talked about Tanabata Festival. In Japan, when we do go to a summer festival, sometimes the participants will wear a summer kimono. And it's called a yukata, which is usually made of cotton. It's different from the other type of kimono you might see on TV, which is the silk kimono, and has a lot of different layers and stuff. So the summer kimono is best in Florida weather, because as you know, it's hot and humid.
Because it's really hot.
Yes, absolutely.
So I want to have Amanda here so I could show her how to wear a summer kimono.
Fashionista.
Just let me have you come
When
around
you
this way.
think your morning can't get any better, you get to try on kimono.
All right, I have a lovely blue kimono, summer kimono here. This is a yukata. Now for the yukata, what you could wear under is something simple like a tank top or a sports bra and like shorts or something. So first, I'm gonna have you put
Forward or
your hand
back?
through here.
way?
Yes.
And is there anything that men traditionally wear if women wear this?
Very good question. So Men also have the yukata as well. Unfortunately, I don't have one for Jamel today. But they do wear the yukata as well. They also have a sash, which is called the obi. It's a little different from the women's. There's also a summer like shorts and top version as well, which is more casual, that you could also wear is a little bit more comfortable. So when you get a kimono, usually it's very long and it's supposed to be that way so you could adjust the height.
Oh.
So before I start, let me grab
This is so exciting.
my strings. These are called koshihimo, which is waist
Oh,
ties.
they're beautiful too.
Yeah, and what you do is you kind of pull it up towards the ankle, kind of see where the length is here. Now, I'm gonna put,
This is so fun.
line it up here.
So you don't have to hem it. See, you just pull it up and
Yeah,
you
you
tie
pull
it.
it up to where you
They're
want it.
smart.
All right, you can put your hand right
Sure.
there. So I'm gonna use a koshihimo, just kind of tie it in place, and don't worry if it's all wrinkled, I'm gonna adjust that later. Okay.
I love like beautiful traditions like this.
Yes.
This is unbelievable.
So I'm just gonna, sorry if I'm
No, you're
putting
good.
my hand through
You're
your
good.
area.
Yank
Yeah.
it.
So I'm just gonna adjust it. Now, let me go turn you to your back and adjust the back as well.
That's it. I'm never leaving. I'm gonna wear this. I'm gonna live here.
You wanna make it nice and straight. You have the line straight down.
So you're focusing on the straight line in your back then is what you're looking
Yeah,
for?
I'm trying to like get out the wrinkles and put this here. Now, most important when you're putting on a kimono is that you want the left side over. Automatically, when you're right side, you feel like you need
the
to put
right
it this
over.
way.
You do left over.
You don't want to be the right. The reason why is traditionally, when they used to bury the dead, the corpse, and they dress them in kimono, it's the right side over.
Oh, so left is for the living.
Yes.
And, oh, that's interesting.
So one way I remember is that your heart's on the left.
yeah.
So you want to be beating your heart on the left.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So I'm going to use my other waist tie and tie the top area, just to keep it in place so it won't open. So to put on a yukata, that's all you really need is just 2 waist ties. Where if you did a traditional kimono, you have like the undergarment and more things involved.
Right.
So next, we're going to do the obi
You got your fan?
I'm helping out with your accessories because I know you're a fashionista.
Gotta have all the accessories. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful.
The obi is very long.
Oh,
and
it
to the- So first what we're going to do is I'm going to fold this in half.
Okay.
And this obi is different from the traditional formal kimono.
it's
the formal one's
beautiful.
more thicker. So I'm gonna,
Oh, it's even thicker than
yeah.
this. Wow.
So I'm gonna turn you around. I'm gonna show them how. I'm gonna put this over your shoulder. Can you put your hand right there? I'm gonna wrap this around you.
Yes.
It's impressive that anyone could do this on their own.
I was just about to
Because
say that.
this is, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, just push me wherever you need to. Make it easy.
Okay. So you want this fold here. where
Oh,
the
you
kimono
do want,
is.
okay.
Yeah. So you want that fold. Now, usually sometimes some kimonos and yukatas are custom made to the person's body type and height so that it will fit well. I'm gonna wrap this around here.
Here, I'll spin for you. So you don't have to
Right.
walk.
I'm gonna pull tight.
Yep.
Okay. Now I'm gonna let go of the flap. I'm gonna turn you over here so that you can see.
This is cool.
I'm gonna tie a knot in the back. I'm gonna pull it, make it tight. Oh. Okay.
You're strong.
Now with this long
boat.
flap, we're gonna make a rectangle. See if I could, if it's long enough to do a fold. I know, you might wish to see this, huh?
I know, I'm gonna need a picture before I take it off. This is so fabulous.
So what you do is you pinch the middle. Let's see if I could get this. And with this short flap, you kind of flip it over. If it's pretty long, you do one more time. And then you tuck it in, kind of hide it. And then you kind of fluff up the bow. And there's different ways of tying the bow in the back. You know, you could do it asymmetric or whatnot. Now, final is accessories. But before that,
This is so fabulous.
we have this thing called the obi-ita. It's kind of like a cardboard type of thing, and it's meant to be put in the front to kind of smooth out all these wrinkles.
Oh.
And the idea is, it's going to be a little tight, is when you're wearing a kimono, you know, in Western wear is to emphasize the curves. And a kimono is more of like this columnar, tubular look to it. So let me just straighten it up a little. Now, if you have a fan, as Jamal has shown, you might tuck it in right here. If you're going out, so it's hot, you kind of fan yourself.
Oh, that's cool.
Another type of fan, is called the uchiwa fan. Okay, so this type of fan is called the sensu. This is called the uchiwa, which is a paddle fan.
They're beautiful.
And so you might wear this to the festival. If you want to be hands-free, like you want to eat at the food stalls or buy things, you would kind of tuck this in the back.
Oh.
I will see these like when I watch.
This is so cool.
When I watch the cartoons and I watch everything about the
They
Japanese
tuck it in the
culture.
bag and
I
they
never
have their
knew.
hands-free.
I never knew
Yeah,
what it
that's
was.
amazing. So even if you have, so if you carried a little purse, you don't have to worry about putting your fan in.
So you have a little purse, you could carry your items.
Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful.
You also wear this type of shoes, which is called the geta. This is usually made of wood, and it has, you know it's a geta because it has two parts. The formal kimono, they wear a different type called zori, which is like one smooth sole. And it's a little different. It's not really made of wood most of the time.
Okay.
So, it's a
So this
different
is like a sportier, more casual kind of shoe.
Yes, and you
Okay.
wear these with usually with no socks. Sometimes you might see them with the the split toe socks, but the formal kimono you do wear split toe socks with the sandals.
That's amazing.
And this type of fan that Jamal has the has the Chinese character kanji of matsuri, which means festival. So it's all get you in that festival mood.
Yeah.
Now you guys saw how I tied the obi, which is like, oh my god, how am I gonna do it myself?
Yeah, how can you do that? That's like.
Usually you tie it in the front and you just kind of turn it
Okay,
around.
I was like, I don't know how anyone can do that. Okay, that makes more sense.
I brought you a different version that if you don't want to buy, you could buy online, a clip-on version.
Oh,
You tie
like
it
a clip-on
here, and then you
tie.
just
Clip-on
clip it
tie,
on the
yeah.
back, like a
That was
clip-on
good.
tie or clip-on bow. So there are
Make it very
options,
convenient.
and they range between, I want to say, $60 to over $100, depending on style, type, and you get them as sets, where you
Okay.
can get the kata and the obi itself.
And do you sell any of this here at the museum?
I think the museums does sell, I think the shoes, like not this type, but some shoes, and other types of wear, but not specifically this type. But you could get them online as well.
And this is, you're wearing this during the summer. This is the thin cotton
Yes,
one.
this is something you wear during the summer festivals.
Yes.
So keep in mind, kimonos are not equal. So you don't wear this to like Japanese wedding or like something. You don't want to.
okay.
Yeah. So you wear specific kimonos during specific occasions and different times of the year.
That's amazing. So for anybody who is out there, I think you need to try this on. I mean, it really is. It's fantastic, and I just love like how just like everything in Japanese culture is so sophisticated, and I love the ceremony of it. I think is really fabulous. Like even just getting dressed, it's something special and meaningful and purposeful, which I think is so cool.
No, I like it. I mean, everything has a meaning.
Yes.
Everything has a
Yeah.
meaning.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you so much.
you're welcome.
Wendy.
Thank
This
you.
was a wonderful time. And is there anything else that you want to share about what you have going on in the museum?
Well, as Carla mentioned, we do have a lecture today. We do have some youth workshops this summer. So in October is when we start up with all our education programming for the season. So we look forward to our new season of programs, new workshops, classes, and guest speakers. So please visit our website, www.morikami.org, for more information, or feel free to call us and we're glad to help you.
And the programming, once again, that you have here is fantastic. So on behalf of all of us in Delray Beach, thank you for all of your hard work and such a beautiful job that you are all doing here.
Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. I'm going to do it Japanese way and kind of bow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much. This is so much fun. I just want to walk around the gardens all day.
Oh man, so they have some great events going here. There's also some things that the chamber is doing. Something that you
There
talk about.
are always fabulous chamber events that are happening right here in Delray Beach. So the first is the Tourism Summit. It's a discussion on tourism and attracting visitors to come to Delray Beach. It's Tuesday, July 13th from 12:30 to 2, and the speakers are Carol Dover and Dana Young, from the CEO of Visit Florida. You need to register to receive the Zoom link at delraybeach.com/events. Another one of everyone's favorites, contacts and cocktails. Thursday, July 15th, 5 to 7 p.m. at Atlantic Grill. For members, it's $15 in advance, $20 at door, and for future members, it's $20 in advance and $30 at the door, and registration is required. Then there is the Health and Wellness Council, Tuesday, July 20th at 8:30 a.m. at Inspired Living Delray Beach. RSVP is required. It includes breakfast, and it's limited to 40 people, so if you want to go get your ticket now, $15 for members, $20 for non-members, and Dr. Safransky is the guest, and go to delraybeach.com for events. And last but not least is Focus on Women, Empowering Emerging Leaders. Thursday, July 22nd at 11:45 a.m. at the Delray Beach Market Mezzanine. You will have 4 speakers at that event, and for members it's $25, future members $35. And all participants received a $15 gift card, which is good for purchases at the market, and a free book by author Matthew Kelly. Wow, those are some cool events.
I know, right? And you're actually one of the speakers at Atlantic.
I am.
Well, right?
Well, that's why I didn't want to list the
It's like-
speakers. I thought that was a little tacky to share that I was it.
There are 4 great speakers at this event, but one special.
Yes, so it's going to be amazing. And I think one of the things that is so special about Delray Beach, and I will say it every week and I'm not going to apologize, is how many incredible things there are happening here and how such a variety of different events you can go to. You can come here and have a different kind of education, or stroll through the gardens and learn different things, or you can learn about your business and learn about empowering women.
I totally agree. I mean, that's why I love Delray. There's a lot of things going on. We have to really educate ourselves. I'm really looking forward to bringing my kids here.
Yes.
And it's something just to go ahead. It might pique their interest. You know, just like Carol was speaking about earlier. You know, she had somebody that her coach that really piqued her interest into the Japanese, changed their life, and now she's a curator. She went and studied the whole culture.
Yep.
You know, and she was speaking Japanese to me, and I'm sitting there like,
it's amazing.
I didn't know.
It's amazing.
It was jaw-dropping.
And you're 100% correct that one interaction for your kids could change everything completely.
Yes.
And next week we will be at the Seagate Hotel.
I love that place.
It's beautiful. Another beautiful Delray Beach place.
I love that place.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you guys for joining us, and guess what? Have a Delray day.
Well, I called Lee.
Oh, hey Siri, call Lee.
Who called Lee? We called Lee. Oh, you called Lee.
Well, I called Lee.
I got Jim.
I called Lee too.
I called Lee, of course.
So yeah, I called Lee.
Injured in an accident or slip and fall? Call 1-800-CALL-LEE. You focus on getting better. We'll take care of the rest.
Everybody calls Lee at 1-800-CALL-LEE.
I know, Dad. You called Lee.